We started the show. We're just listening to some Rage Against the Machine. I feel like it's totally relevant right now. It's amazing because it happened.
Totally relevant.
Huh?
Sorry, I had to mute the other volume.
Oh, yeah. No, it's amazing because this shit, it just reminded me that, like, of the time when that music came out and how shit's exactly the same. Well, like, if you watch the Sleep
I think
Now,
shit's worse.
Oh, no, dude. So you know how I've been wondering, like, what the fuck, like, how are we unemployment's at like record lows?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think things were better in the 90s.
No, unemployment's at record highs, right?
Right.
And watch the Sleep Now in the Fire video. In the very beginning, the stock market made like super high profits with record unemployment.
Mm.
I'm gonna play it right now.
Are still pretty disturbing. Like, the Bush family had a long-standing relationship with the what's his fucking name? Who's the guy that did it?
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden. Yeah, the Bushes and the Bin Ladens had a long relationship. They'd known each other for years.
Oh yeah, yeah. We knew a little bit about that.
That's creepy. That's fucking creepy.
That is creepy.
Yeah.
I have seen that. Movie. Good.
Why aren't we doors yet?
I like when movies are like that, informative and kind of. They may not be completely accurate. You might not believe all of it, but there's definitely real parts of it that make you think, "Huh? Like that happened?"
Yeah.
You know?
You're like,
Hey,
wait, no,
Duff,
that
you're
can't
a
be
bit
real.
muffled.
You're like, back up a second.
Bruh.
If you can adjust yourself, you're a bit muffled.
Me?
Yeah.
You don't have
I'm-
to wear the
I'm-
COVID mask right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
It sounds like you're wearing a COVID mask. That's
I'm
exactly
not.
what it sounds
I'm
like.
not. I'm wearing these new headphones. Hold on. I'm going to take them off.
Someone from the ACLU?
Something romantic?
No. Silly.
All right.
Patrick,
I got. Scusi.
get married, have a wedding.
I
that better?
Oh, that's
Much better.
A lot better.
So I got these new headphones, and apparently they're shit. So
Well, can you hear better in them?
See why you should start with
I hear perfect. They're
Okay.
great.
I guess the mic sucks.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right. So let me get some.
I'm on the verge of tears.
Let me get some
Since I'm positive we won't have a decent
music here, and I have a very special game for us today. It's game day.
Ooh, fun.
All right. So let me just preface it with I might have something in common with Hitler, according to my girlfriend. Okay.
Not entirely surprising.
What?
Because of the game, or
Damn, dude. All right. Well, all right.
I guess I don't know you that well.
Damn. All right. No, I'll explain it. All right. So I'll explain it and I'll share my results afterwards. But this is the political compass test. And I want
yeah,
to
I've done
take
this.
it together as a group so that we
think-
can figure
I think I
out.
sent this.
Maybe.
Duff, isn't the one that I sent you maybe like a few months ago? We both did it together, didn't we?
I have to take a look at it. Hold on a second. I don't have it up.
So
Anyways, keep going. It's interesting.
yeah. So I figured we can all take it together and as a group figure out where our show
Which one of us
lands.
is likely to commit genocide?
No. We're going to since there's 3 people, we can easily kind of vote on an answer.
Who gets kicked off the island?
Sure. We can easily vote on an answer and figure out what kind of show this is, where it lands on here. But basically, it's we'll explain the results in a minute. And anyways.
So do we each have to take it, or
when you say
No,
there
we're gonna
was-
take it together. All right.
Oh, okay. I see. I saw. I
Yeah.
thought we were each gonna take it.
No. We're taking it together so that
Okay.
we can collectively understand the where this show lands on the Matrix.
Got it. We should, Jake. If you're there, you should chime in on these too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what makes this special is that you have you don't just have left or right. You have an axis with social
and
economic. But right. No.
It's socialist and libertarian or something like that.
Right. It's so the x-axis is left and right, and it's a social indicator, and then you have the y-axis, which goes from authoritarian to libertarian, and it's an interesting thing. Anywho, let's take it together, and we'll discuss the results afterwards. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
We're getting some double.
E-
You want to
it-
mute the computer, Duff?
I got it. I was sorry. I thought I was muted.
No worries.
If economic globalism is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than interests of transnational corporations.
Strongly agree.
Can you repeat the question?
If economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations.
All right. First
I-
off, what the fuck does economic mean? Sorry, that was a really bad.
Were you making fun of me? That wasn't. I just
Yeah, I
couldn't get a
I
question.
was kind of making fun of you. I was kind of.
Damn.
That's fucked up.
Sorry, I'm gonna shit talking mood today, I guess.
I would strongly agree.
Same.
Okay, I strongly agree. I'd always support my country whether it was right or wrong. I strongly disagree.
I disagree, not strongly, I just disagree.
Fine, fair.
I think I'm on the disagree as well.
Okay, let's do that. No one chooses his or her country of birth. So, wait, by the way, Jake, are you here? No, he
Maybe
left.
he's not here.
Maybe he's not here.
He
No
finally
one.
got sick of us. We lost our one fan.
Yeah. Well, we got fans just
We got
outside
political.
outside of the show.
Yeah.
Outside of the live show. Oh, man, we got 19K views, man. 19K.
Last week, or I wasn't there last
no,
week.
No. It's been on a gradual decline since the peak.
Oh, that's
But
shame.
no, I mean it's like waves. But listen, our overall numbers,
Cool,
are going up over time, right? We used to only get maybe 1K view at best. Now we consistently get over 2K. So the past 1, 2, 3, 4 shows we've been over 2K. So last week was 2.5K.
This is on
The week
what-
before,
what-
3.2. The week
On what
before
platform?
that, BitTube.
Got it.
My shit gets, our shit gets taken down on YouTube pretty quick because, I've been putting like copyright songs in there. I've been trying to edit them out though. I don't know what you mean is here. Fan? Dude, he is here. All right, here we go. No one chooses his. No one chooses
That's Jake.
his.
He's saying he's here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jake. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We thought you were gone.
Participate. Chat
No-
in your answers.
Jake's the decider.
Yeah. Everybody should be chatting in their answers. Right
If
now.
there's a tie, Jake has to break the tie.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. No one chooses his or her country or of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. I just agree.
I just disagree.
I disagree as well.
I think it's okay to be proud of your country.
Agreed.
So that's a disagree because it's 2 against 1. All right.
How can there be a tie if there's 3 people?
That's a good point. That's a good point. It's basically our way of saying you don't get a vote, Jake. All right.
But Jake, no. But
But
Jake, I would be interested in your opinion here. What would be your answer? No one chooses his or her own country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it.
hopefully yard sale will show up here, and then you will be breaking a tie.
Or jet.
Or jet.
Actually, let me ping jet.
Yeah, I'm texting yard sale.
Wasn't he walking down a mountain or something?
Yeah.
What's your answer here, Jake?
Jake, no one chooses his or her country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it. Do you...
Would you say...
Oh, he agreed. I would say you should be proud of where you were born.
Yeah, so that's a...
He's on our side.
Yeah, that's a disagree. He agrees with the disagreeers.
All right, whatever, you guys. Fuck all you.
Well, wait, wait. I would like to understand why you don't think it's like you don't.
That's why I picked agree. You know, like I feel like I'm more leaning towards like it just shouldn't matter, right? Like I don't really care as much. But you know, I'm also trying to kind of acknowledge that, you know. For me, it's like okay to, you know, like be proud if you are, but I kind of think it's dumb. Anyway.
Yeah, I understand that too, though.
Yeah,
okay.
So I would say that I'm on the agree side, but
if I was Filipino, I'd probably feel that way too.
Wow, dude, he's in it, dude.
Oh, that one was good, man. Come on, that one was good.
This is great. All right, our race, and Jake, you better answer this too. Our race has many superior qualities compared with other races.
Our race. So the race that I am is superior to others?
Yeah, strongly disagree.
I think so. I didn't really read it that way.
I kind of read this a little differently too.
How do you read
How
it?
do you read it?
I'd like to know what you're gonna say.
Well, all right. Listen.
I think there's only one way to read this question.
Well, if right now though, like it's basically coming out that my race is superior. I don't particularly feel that.
Wait, what?
We should mute her quickly. Mute her quick.
Not in that. I mean, it's called white supremacy. Like, I mean, I don't think I'm making it like it's called white supremacy. So, if that's the case, like. That's what I guess that's where I saw. I disagree. I disagree.
All right. So, listen.
Wait, what? I'm so lost. No, like you got to explain this point a little bit further, Duff.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you. Dude, Jake's a straight shooter. He just disagrees.
Where'd Duff go? You gotta. I still don't follow your reasoning.
If I'm reading the question for what it's like. I guess it's just the way that I heard the question. That's all. I don't believe it, but I feel like that is the attitude right now is kind of being said that the white race, it's called white supremacy. So has been like not the word supreme, but I don't know. I took it like that, I guess. So
I take it like that though. I still don't.
That is what is being like. That's what's coming up right now. Is that has been the case for so long. So if you're saying that,
oh, you mean socially speaking?
Yes. So what are we speaking about? What are we
gotcha.
speaking about if we're not talking about
Intelligence? You're talking about biological factors.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's how I took it.
So the human race.
That's how I took it as well.
The human race, not the. Okay,
There's a bunch of ways to look at this.
No, he's not talking about the human race. He's talking about race, like white people, black people, Hispanic people.
Who's he?
And you're saying not he, but the question that was
Yeah.
in this categorization. It's saying our race has many superior qualities compared to other races. So if you believe white people are better than black people, then you would agree with this. But that is racism. It's essentially a question: are you racist?
Right. Okay, forget. I disagree. I was trying to read it.
Well, I mean, you could say human race,
I wasn't.
right?
I guess
Or
I wasn't
you could
answering
say
it. I wasn't answering it myself. I was answering it like what's coming out right now. So I wasn't answering it properly.
You're saying
I
how
disagree.
society, like how is society set up?
Yes,
Society
I
is set
disagree.
up for white supremacy. Yeah,
So
okay. I understand what you're saying.
Yes. I just misinterpreted the question. I'm sorry.
good thing you were here, Lux. I don't think I would have handled it this way. But
I think he knows me, and I think he understands
Yeah.
like where my I'm not racist.
The Irish, it's deeply bred into the Irish culture. Just horrible racists. Horrible racists. They can't help it. Help it.
So Lux disagrees. Jake disagrees.
I
Duff
strongly
disagrees. Okay, you strongly disagree. So I forgot what I said here, because I got confused with the question. I think it's a leading question to ask whether or not I am racist. However, I will like you could say human race. What does our race mean? There's I was really confused by it. Plus, there's this thing that I'm Asian, and Asian people are generally shorter than other races, and through the generations of breeding and natural selection, black people are taller and stronger, and sometimes, in some cases, smarter. So I don't know.
So do you think your race is better?
No,
I don't understand.
I'm gonna put disagree.
What he's also not mentioning is, in addition to being Asian, he's also part English, and they invented racism. So
no, you know what my grandma used to say? She also always remind me that I am Anglo-Saxon, and don't let anybody tell me otherwise, even though I'm half Asian. and then one day she she was okay. So there's this.
How do you feel about that? Go back to that.
How do I feel about that?
Yeah. What are your?
She just wanted me. I just feel like she wanted me to never forget that I was British. That's all. Like
your grandmother from your English side, or your grandmother from
my grandmother from my English side, and
gotcha.
And she grew up at a very, very interesting time, and while she was sick in the hospital and she was about to die, shortly thereafter, she said to me, Arthur, oops, I said my name, whatever, fuck it. She said, come closer. I was like, you fucking Jake, fuck you, Jake. That stays between all of us, and that's getting edited out. But she said, come closer, and then she whispers in my ear, we might be part Jewish. I mean, she came from a different time when you kind of had to hide that.
Yeah, for sure. My grandmother's racist as fuck.
Yeah, I don't think my grandma was racist. She just
mine is flat out. And it's weird, like white people don't know this shit about other races, but Hispanics are racist as fuck against other Hispanics. Same thing with
Asians.
From what
Same
I
thing with Asians.
Yeah. Pretty much most Hispanic nations fucking hate Mexicans. Everyone in the Hispanic in the Latin world hates Mexicans.
I know. I remember being in a band, and they were like, they're Latinos, right? And they did not want to be mistaken for Mexican. Like, they were really not about it.
No.
Jake, you're very lucky you showed up to the show tonight.
Duff's on the receiving end of that. All the white people hate Irish.
Oh,
Everybody loves the Irish.
yeah.
They used to hate us for a very long time, and then they
Yep.
all that shit ended, and people love us now.
The enemy of my my enemy is my friend.
My friend.
Jake,
The enemy of my friend is my enemy.
the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Friend. I kind of agree. I if you force me to accept the premise of the question, I agree.
Yeah,
But
I know that's not how you spell it.
I
Jake.
kind of want to I kind of want to be like, that's just a weird way to look at the world, unless you're forced into like a combat situation.
Yeah, I don't think the enemy of my enemy is necessarily my friend. Just because I think we can do business. That doesn't make him my friend.
I really think it depends on the situation, but I'm going to
So I would say I would disagree.
Disagree.
I agree.
All right, we got 2 disagrees and an agree. Jake, you never answered the goddamn question. But we're clicking it anyways because it's 3. But still, Jake, we're waiting on you, butthole.
Sun Tzu, yeah, he's right. The Art of War.
Yeah,
I think that's where it comes from.
yeah, that is where it comes from. I know what they're trying to say here, but I guess I'm just not taking it literally. What was the question again? We're moving on. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Jake, go.
Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Huh.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
I lean towards disagree as well.
I agree.
No, though?
But yeah, no, he's. I think he's saying he disagrees. So there's 2 disagree, 3 disagrees, and 1 partial agree. Okay.
You partial agree?
I feel like we can't partial. It's either all or nothing.
No, I would have checked agree. Simply because I believe in general laws or guidelines, and I don't like there's got to be a situation. I don't dismiss that there's a situation that may or may not be covered by law, some kind of gray area. So I think that they're just laws in general are guidelines.
I think the word defy really made me think of that one a little. I don't know, disagree.
That's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying too. I think there's always the opportunity for corruption. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What happens if the international order becomes corrupt? Then maybe the right course of action is to defy international law.
Yeah. So
But I still tend to lean towards disagree.
That's fine. Yeah. No. It's a tough one. All right. There is now a worrying fusion of information and entertainment, and I agree.
There's now a worrying. Is that what it was?
Fusion
Yeah.
of information. Do you guys strongly agree?
I strongly agree.
Strongly, very strongly.
Jake chiming, waiting for the delay. Jake Berger. We're clicking it anyways. All right.
Are you strongly or just agree?
I'm strongly.
Okay.
Jake's
I think we
typing
outnumber anyway.
But Jake's typing here.
Yeah.
Dickwad. Deleted it.
What?
He's typing. I see him typing. All right, we are moving. He's writing a fucking book over there.
That's funny. You see the primer, the sentence? Now to the economy, we're talking attitudes.
Oh shit! I never fucking read the top.
What was the other one?
Yeah, I don't know what the other one was. I didn't see it.
I think if I press back, it's gonna reset. I don't want to do it.
No, don't do it.
People.
It's probably like global or something like that.
Okay,
Policy.
economy. We're talking attitudes. No, okay. People are ultimately. By the way, this test is bogus. Like some of these questions are just like, what? All right. Anyways, people are ultimately divided, but I do appreciate the matrix approach, and we'll go over that at the end when we get our results. People are ultimately divided more by class than by nationality, and I would agree.
Strongly agree.
I would agree.
Just strongly, or I mean, just agree or strongly? Duff?
I would strongly agree.
At Jake. Boom. Fucking hopefully I get a faster response by just typing this. Okay, well, we're going to go with strongly agree. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. I agree. Oh, look at Jake. He agrees with this as well? Or is he talking about the last question? Here we go.
You might be talking about the last one.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna also agree on the inflation.
I hear the 56K modem in Lux's head right now.
Yeah. Hold on. I would make the noise if I remembered it. We're aging ourselves here.
So I was gonna say, sometimes I don't know what the fuck you guys talk about.
You remember that sound?
That sounded like an ambulance.
That's the sound that the internet used to make.
The way that you guys were doing it.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
That's
okay.
not
Let's take a break here. Let me just bring up, while you're thinking of that, Lux. I'm gonna play you what the internet used to sound like.
Like.
All right. This is dial-up.
I can't make that noise.
So back in the day, in order to access the internet, you had to use your telephone wire, and it would make a noise. You would literally dial up. And let's see here.
Modems, dial-ups.
That's how it sounded. Hold on. Sound. All right, here it is. I think this is going to be it.
Here it is. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that's not what it sounded like what you guys were doing, though, I have to say.
Yeah, we're not very good at it. Fine.
I'm gonna see if I can get a better sample. That sample sucked. Is this an advertisement? Oh, here it is. This is it. This is pretty
The
cool.
discs would come in the mail.
Yeah.
This is it. This is a good sample.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Back in the day. All right. Remember
You could
Net
make
Zero?
calls.
Do you remember? Yeah.
Yeah, I had Net Zero.
I did too.
I had Netscape. I had Netscape.
So Net Zero was like basically you can access the internet for free, but they like gave you a permanent advertisement bar at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually not a bad model even today.
Remember AIM?
I remember AIM. Oh man, AIM.
It was like an internet player on AIM.
Dude. Oh my god. All right. All right. So
remember ASL?
yeah. Wait. What was that? Oh, age, sex, location.
Yeah, location.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
When you're chatting with a girl, that's like the first question.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's been so long. I remember. Wait. I remember that at Jake. ASL. All right. Wait. No. Actually, I'm gonna at here. I'm gonna do this to everyone.
Watch, he's underage, and you're gonna go to jail now.
Yeah. Well.
They're not even gonna know what it is.
I-
Hopefully they were listening.
Ass stinking loser there. No.
Yeah.
Dude. You know, I wonder how many guys were pretending to be females back then. You know, like.
Oh, I'm sure most of them. No, actually, I remember like AIM. Like I always would talk to like. Well, I mean, sometimes you meet people in chat rooms, but like a lot of it was like you talked to girls at school, and then like you would just flirt and like chat and like all sexual and shit.
Yeah.
And then like you barely knew each other, or barely even talked to each other.
Yeah, but you could talk with them online.
Online.
I remember that shit.
It'd be like the popular hot girl. She would like totally flirt with you online, and like talk dirty and shit on AIM,
And like never look at you in person.
Exactly. Yeah.
That was like the only way I was ever able to like communicate with like girls.
Yeah.
Imagine going to school. That's funny. Yeah. Imagine biking cocks. I don't know. All right. What's the answer, Lux? Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment.
If you would asked me this question 3 months ago, I would have said inflation. I would have agreed.
Okay. So you disagree.
So you're disagreeing.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we're just gonna go with agree because 2 out of out of the
You guys already both want agree.
But let's. What's confused? Jake disagrees. So he's with you on that. What's your thought on it? Like what's changed your mind?
It's just everything that's gone on. The insane level of unemployment that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
On top of all the social unrest, on top of like all the longer term problems that we've had, like
Yep.
a little bit more considerate and empathetic to, people on the fringes of society who don't have jobs and stuff like that. Like it's just. For most of my life, I was one of those people. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to forget that, and then when it's brought up in such a drastic way by current events, it's kind of like, my academic training and all of my knowledge says inflation, but right now, I guess my heart is saying unemployment.
I feel you. I just think that. So my thought is like I feel you on that, right? Like. I hesitated on this question for the same reason. But then I tried to play the tape. Let's say that we couldn't control inflation. Inflation went out of control, and even though everybody had jobs, that money was worthless. And I think of something like, Venezuela, where like the money's literally trash, and you got a job, but you're not really getting paid. You just because your money has no buying power.
Yeah, I think of it like that, like just more on a kind of widespread, longer term, even a global scale of just there's keeping inflation down is important. I mean, we can get jobs back, you know. I think it'll be harder to get inflation down quicker.
I just don't want to work for free.
Yeah.
If I get paid $1 million a year, it doesn't matter if my money is worthless. Anyways, all right. Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation.
They require. Strongly agree.
Well, are you just talking to yourself, or do you strongly believe? I strongly agree.
I strongly agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Yeah. Jake strongly agrees. He did it in capital letters. I agree. As much as I don't like regulation, I think that you know, historically we've seen that it can get out of control, and there needs to be a check.
Mm-hmm.
Jake has one better, he says. All right, Jake, what do you got? What do you got, big bro? Big boy, what do you got, boy? He types books, dude. I swear, he's like typing with fingers, one on each hand. Oh, Jesus. Okay. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea.
Can you repeat that one?
From each according to his ability to each according to his need, quote, is a fundamentally good idea. This is a quote from somebody. I don't know who.
Oh yeah, I know who it's from, and I know what it means. That's why I'm waiting for you guys to answer.
I don't know who it's from, and I don't really know what it means, so I'm a little...
I don't know who it's from. I think I know what it means, but I think I checked agree. But
I think I was thinking agree, just saying it in my head, but I wasn't sure. Because I really don't know, and I can't read it, so I'm having a hard time processing it.
Oh, here we go. Let me just make
screen
this
is very
bigger.
fuzzy.
Let me make this bigger for you. Does that?
No, it's just I think my screen is just a little fucked up at this moment. It comes and goes. I think my internet is kind of shoddy.
All right. What do you got, Lux?
Was that 2 agrees?
Yeah, I said agree.
Why don't you explain it to us?
I strongly disagree. It's Karl Marx, and this is the foundation of socialism. Philosophy.
I love how you say that like you dickheads. You are so wrong.
No, that's right.
I mean, a lot of people believe it.
I wonder what I would have scored if I didn't.
If you didn't know who it was, you would would you
uneducated,
no,
bourgeois, fucking plebeian.
No, I literally have a Karl Marx book, and I didn't knew it sounded familiar. I didn't know who it was from, but yeah. So what does it mean?
It means that you should produce in society as much as you can produce based on your ability to produce. and that production should be transferred throughout society to those who need it most. So essentially everyone should get equal shares of GDP, for lack of a better term, regardless of how much they're actually producing. It's fundamentally...
See, when you explain it like that, I don't agree, though. I think it was like...
Right. I mean, you know, I know the history behind this quote, right? Like, that's why I didn't say anything, because, you know, I mean, I'm not going to vote for something that I know the full package that comes along with it. But it is a misleading way of saying things. It's that old-timey speak that they used to write in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
100 years ago.
So we all disagree. Or we all strongly disagree.
You should put disagree, because you two technically agreed.
I disagree.
All right. The freer the market, the freer the people. I strongly agree.
Agree. Strongly.
Yeah, I think I'll say strongly agree.
Oh, that's nice. That's like really big.
I would like I would like to hear Jake's take on this when you get a chance, Jake. Which, you know, you put these two right by each other.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's a sad reflection on society. Hold on. Because I know that fucking Jake's fucking masturbating his penis or some shit. Alright. Hold on. Random words? Okay. God damn it. It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product. I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree too. Were you laughing at us?
No, I had a coof.
Oh.
Can you repeat it one more time? Because I think
It's a sad reflection on our society that something as basic as drinking water is now a bottled, branded consumer product.
I agree.
Okay. What? We got a Jake typing in chat, but I will mark it as disagree. Where are you going to go to the river and drink? I mean, there's tap water.
I think that, I mean, if we're talking about, like, I think it's fine that there are companies that sell water, but I think that it is a basic human right to have water. And I don't think that it needs to, like, I think it should be, everybody should be entitled to water.
Well, you all should know this. I mean, like, I think the question is fundamentally flawed, because the bottled water premise is, I mean, it's one point, but the other point is, like, you tap water isn't free. We pay for tap water.
Yeah.
So that I disagree with. Tap water being something that you have to pay for, and like the water in your shower and bathe with, that should be free, I think. But a bottle of water, I think, is perfectly fine to sell it.
I don't know. Like, it's weird because you need drinking water, and in order to get drinking water, there's an amount of labor and infrastructure required for that, and we've amplified that requirement by living the way that we do. So I can understand the cost implied with having to provide tap water.
Yeah, I understand the cost too. I don't know. I'm just taking the question for what it is. And I think that everybody should be able to have free water.
Water. All right. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. I disagree.
It shouldn't be a commodity bought and sold. Yeah, I think I disagree with that one.
I also disagree, but part of me, like, if I was going off of my water thought process, I feel like land should also be for everybody. But I know that's not possible, so I agree. Or whatever you guys said, I agree with that.
Doink. I will mark it as disagree.
Disagree. That's it.
Jake's on the edge on this. You believe everything should be all land should be.
A part of me feels the same way.
Grabs.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, like a part of me feels like if there was a way to have, I mean, land is like one thing, but like maybe if we had giant housing for everybody, it'd be really crappy, but you'd have a, so you wouldn't be homeless. That would be ideal, in my opinion. Someone just join us.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Yo, fuck it, Jet.
Hey, Jet.
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
Vibe, dude. Vibe. Actually, Checks. I should call him Checks, but I'm gonna call him Jet. Thanks for joining, dude. I'm so excited. So what we are doing now is we are taking the political compass test together as a group, so that we can figure out where this show lands on the matrix. So your participation is much appreciated. We will not be starting over, but your influence officially starts now. We'll start off with the last question. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold. And the options are strongly disagree, agree, and strongly agree. I also, while you're thinking of that, Jet, let me just mention, I also don't like how the answers are set up starting from at the top, strongly disagree, and then ending on agree. Because I got so confused. Like, I'm so used to agree being at the top. So when I originally filled out the form, I marked agree on something that I was doing the opposite. And then I realized I was doing the
whatever
opposite.
you say, Adolf.
All right. Jet, what's your 2 cents on this?
Just disagree.
All right. We got full disagree. All right. It is regrettable. Actually, Checks, are you going to be participating in this with us?
Oh, now you're our actual tiebreaker.
Jake's been promoted to official tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, Jake is the tiebreaker now. All right, Jake, are you ready? You still with us? Because we really need you right now, actually.
He's there.
Next question. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
Disagree.
I agree.
Can you repeat that one?
It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
Agree.
Okay, so we have one disagree and 2 agrees, and I agree.
So 2 and 2.
No, we're not 2 and 2. That's 3 versus 1.
No, I thought we had 2 disagree. Oh, you said
I agree.
I agree.
Oh, you agree?
I thought they disagreed.
I thought you disagreed.
I thought you disagreed.
Regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by. Oh, you're right. I did disagree. Sorry, I did disagree. I'm getting my own answer.
All right, you don't even know your own answer.
I disagree because I don't think that it's fully true. I understand Wall Street and all that stuff, capital markets, but that liquidity fuels other aspects of industry. And so without capital markets, you don't have Walmart, you don't have Safeway, you don't have Facebook, you don't have Google, you don't have Tesla, you don't have Chevy. You know what I mean? Like, all of these companies exist because Wall Street is there to provide them with funding.
Yeah, I
didn't take it like that.
I 100% agree with you, Lex. I think that I still feel it's regrettable. Like, I don't like it. You know, like it's
not the best way. Yeah, it's not the best way.
Yeah, I agree that it's necessary in our current environment, and I appreciate it for that. But I also, just as much as I believe that, like, you know, having a need for unemployment to return things to equilibrium is necessary is depressing. So is this. Anyways, protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade.
This is another one of those. If you would ask, like 6 months ago, I would probably say disagree. But now, I think I agree.
I disagree.
Agree.
Duff.
Was that sorry, it was Jet agrees and Swashy disagrees?
Yep.
Okay.
And the question is about protectionism. I agree.
So 3 agrees and 1 disagree?
Yep, I think so.
Damn. All right. The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders.
Strongly agree.
Disagree.
I disagree.
Lux, you strongly agree?
Yep.
Yeah,
I think so. Sorry, go ahead. You haven't answered.
Oh, Jake strongly disagrees. I'm gonna disagree.
I'm gonna vote it out.
So I'm gonna mark disagree. So I mean, you believe ultimately that company's purpose is to deliver profit to its shareholders.
Yes, I mean a company's purpose obviously is to solve problems.
Right.
I mean,
yeah,
and profit to shareholders is one structure in which we do that. But I think that social responsibility doesn't lie with companies. That I strongly disagree, because social responsibility is something that we should democratize, and companies aren't democratized. So government is where it should decide social responsibility. And that's why regulations exist. You know, like I agree with regulation. We should regulate regulations.
Yeah.
We should do them in smart ways that don't impede business. But you can also not just regulate, but you can provide incentives to businesses as well. So there's a carrot and a stick. And there's much smarter ways than what we're doing now to manipulate the private sector to get the outcomes that you want, besides just regulation. But that's where I think social responsibility should lie. You can never trust a company. They might think you on social media and stuff like that, but they're going to outsmart you 9 times out of 10. They just have more resources.
No, I mean, everything you're saying is probably true. I mean, and the carrot stick and the strategies that the government can take. I just don't like the idea of government getting in there. So I would prefer that companies assume the social responsibility, but at the same time, you can't necessarily trust them. So, yeah. All right.
But the actual question was what? The only thing that was company's responsibility is to share a profit with its shareholders, or is to turn a profit?
Deliver profit.
Profit, yeah.
Yeah, I think my issue with that is basically like, so you could do a piece of crap, but it's good. Like,
you cut out a little bit. Can you say that again?
I said I prefer something quality and a company that'd be thing for a long time. Like Buck.
Is it just me, or does he sound like a cyborg?
Yeah, he sounds
No,
like a cyborg.
I can't hear him either.
I'm sorry. You hear me better now?
They're cutting your internet, Jet. Have you been protesting lately, or what's up, man?
My internet.
Shit.
You hear me now?
Twashi had a what was that theory you had that they were cutting internet to parts of the city that would be susceptible to rioting?
Yeah, so I had a friend, and he's like in Washington, and you know he's black, and you know his internet suddenly cut out, you know, and the conspiracy theorist in me is like, you know, and it actually got me thinking a lot about how to, you know, protect ourselves from the loss of internet if government decides to stop it in some way, or a privatized company decides to stop it in some way. We need an infrastructure that cannot be stopped by anybody, and that is a larger challenge. And but yeah, so the short story is that, you know, he may have a problem with his modem. He's getting it checked out, and it would work for a little bit, but during certain hours it would just cut out, like nighttime protest hours, right? And we'd be trying to game and stuff, and like it just wouldn't work, you know. So we all know that like a lot of information is being spread on the internet, on Twitter, and it would make sense to try and throttle or cut off people's internet during certain hours.
Or there's just a lot of people there and it's being used.
Yeah. That's that's fair. But Comcast is a shit company anyways, so
it is. Yeah, it is.
Well, they could be throttling it to get to promote 5G, or
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
they have the legal right to do that now.
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking about with the, you know, the whole Twitter situation, depending on what happens after that executive order, it leaves the door open to, since a company is now responsible for what is on the site, it leaves the door open for the laws to then dictate what is okay on the site in kind of a roundabout way that kind of leaves the door open for the government to curate content.
Say that again?
So the order, I forget what the fucking number is, right? You know,
the one that Trump just signed about Twitter?
Yeah. So they're taking it back, which means that platforms and forums will now be responsible for the content that is on their site, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in a kind of a roundabout way, depending on what is put forward after this, it could leave the door open for the government to start deeming certain content not illegal, or, you know, allow them to curate the content for the platforms. It enables a lot more control. Not that they didn't already have some control over it, but I think it opens the doors even wider, and I didn't really think about that before. Does that make sense?
Did he actually sign? Yeah, did he
like
actually sign it?
No, it has to. It has to go through. It has to go through.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm seeing it now.
It has to go through the process, but depending what's in there.
Didn't he sign it? He signed an executive order, I thought.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to go through any process. It's an executive order.
To pull it back, but something's going to be replacing it. I guess.
Oh, he's pulling it back. I didn't know he's pulling it back.
Yeah, he's pulling it back. So, I don't. It just kind of like removes some of the red tape. So like the platform's not responsible. So if the platform wasn't responsible, that means that, certain pieces of content can get thrown up, and the government can't really attack them for it. But if they are now responsible, then the government can literally attack them for any little thing that they want. That's all I'm saying.
So they have to take accountability for whatever content they allow to be posted?
Yeah, and if the government is not happy with it, if the government's not happy with it, then they can take some action. And and then that trickles down to the possibility of maybe curated content by the government.
That is curated content by the government. Like, that's not really free speech, right? Like,
no, I think what they're trying to accomplish is, and I think Twashi and I are both sort of putting forward slippery slope arguments here, but what they're trying to accomplish is pushing social media companies to take a hands-off approach, which is what happens with utilities companies. So they're often compared, this argument is often compared to utilities companies where, like, your phone company is not liable. They're not liable for that criminal.
The internet bro. Can you say like the last sentence that you just said?
Your phone company is not liable for things that you do with the phone service that you buy. So if you're a drug dealer and you use their phone service to sell drugs, the phone company isn't liable for that criminal activity. So that sort of umbrella policy has been applied to the internet overall. So all internet companies are sort of treated in that way. If you create an internet product or service, you're not liable for what your customers use that product or service for, based on that same philosophy. So social media companies are protected under this umbrella philosophy that your users, your Facebook users, Facebook's not liable for what your Facebook users do. However, that's based on the premise that your phone company isn't interjecting into your phone conversations and controlling how you can use the phone. Your phone company has a complete hands-off approach. So that's what they're trying to push social media companies towards. So they're saying you're liable. Legally, they couldn't withstand that kind of action. So if it actually goes through, which they'll clearly sue, but if it actually goes through, Facebook will have to stop curating content, and Twitter will have to stop banning people because they won't be able to afford the lawsuits.
Wait, I mean, and the other thing is like, so do those businesses, like, if I were to run a platform, there's just so much risk with, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just everything that's going on right now. I mean, it's a silly play by Silicon Valley to try and appease what they think is the dominant cultural perspective, which is probably inaccurate.
I mean, I'm not always, for the most part, I never really dig what Zuckerberg's saying, but his response to the whole thing was that, people should be allowed to see these things and make a decision on their own. I'm kind of lenient on that. I'm kind of leaning towards that.
Me too, 100%. You don't like someone's tweet, don't fucking read it.
Yeah. Anyways, I just been attacking it from different angles and thinking of all the different ways that like this can go wrong. So that was just a thought, and I, it's probably far-reaching, but the law can be bent in a way that enables the government to kind of like shut down and curate content all on their own. Anyways, Duff, you were gonna say something? Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say that, I mean, I've thought about it in a few different ways too, but I feel like, yes, people should be able to make their own decisions, and we should treat people like adults if they are adults. But I also think there really is just a lot of just fake content out there that gets circulated as real stuff. And like that's, I think, people should be allowed to say whatever they want, and people should be allowed to interpret it however they want. But when you're creating kind of like just real negative, like real fake, I don't want to say fake news, but if you're actually creating falsehoods and you're posting it online like real articles, like that's where I feel like there needs to be some kind of warning, or like before people would know that if they got something from like the National Enquirer, where they shouldn't think it's like the news. Like I feel like there needs to be levels of kind of where we're getting the news from, or where we're getting information from. Like you would trust the National Enquirer, but you might trust like People magazine, and not that People would be right or anything, but like there has to be some way to differentiate between the different levels of news that's coming in, because there are real articles out there that they're fake articles, but they look so real. It's no wonder people are stupid.
Denzel Washington said something, and I saw like a tweet video from him, and I'm going to misquote this for sure, but something along the lines of like, if you don't read the news, then you're not informed. If you do read the news, you're misinformed.
Yeah, that's
it's totally
Denzel
true.
Washington, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not even like like the national and the news that everybody looks to every day, they're also not telling the full truth, and the media is not like this innocent piece in it all, but like there has to be some way to let people know, like, hey, maybe like do a little further reading on this, and don't just read the headline.
The problem with that is, and this is essentially what's happening right now on the internet, on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all this shit, is how do you determine truth? So the left has you have a politicization of truth, essentially. So,
I agree with that.
With issues specifically around, like, as an example, trans issues, we have a situation where there are departments in higher education institutions, called transgender studies, for instance. And there are people out there with PhDs in transgender studies, and they're writing papers, academic papers, saying, for instance, that gender doesn't exist, that there's zero difference between men and women, and that all gender differences are societal, from societal pressures. That is considered legitimate academia and scholarship right now. So, is that truth? That's the hard part. And Twitter says that that's truth. So, if you were to go on Twitter right now and say something like, I don't think transgender athletes should be competing in female sports if they're not biologically, you can be banned for that. So that's where it gets a little tricky, is what's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's essentially the problem. I mean, you hit it right on the noggin. And that's the fight that they're having right now. Personally, I don't think someone born a man who went through puberty as a man should be competing against women, especially in combat sports. There are multiple instances where someone who's a 30-year-old man, or a 25-year-old man transitions to a woman, 6 months ago and is now fighting women in the UFC. And they almost killed her. He cracked her skull open. Excuse me. She cracked her skull open, the other woman's skull. And they didn't even tell her. They didn't even tell her, hey, this competitor you're fighting was a man.
I think males and females should be able to compete with each other if it makes sense, if they qualify, but not based on any kind of gender, but based on skill, if they can, right? That's my whole thing about it. But
if we're going to say something like domestic violence is illegal, then we're taking the stance in society that a man hitting is illegal. That's wrong. And
domestic violence goes by both ways. There was literally a situation in my building where a woman was holding a knife towards a guy, and the doorman had to go address that, and she was about to kill him. She was about to kill him, and she got taken in for domestic violence.
But domestic violence isn't just categorized as a man hitting a woman. Domestic violence is, if you have two women hitting women, it's still considered domestic violence.
That's true.
So whether you put them in the ring, all of a sudden now, that's what they're doing. They're fighters. You can't.
These laws.
I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
These laws largely came from our culture, like in the 50s and 60s, where if your wife didn't cook dinner the way you wanted it, you had the right to smack her upside the head. Like, that's ultimately culturally where the stuff. Yes, of course, it applies to both genders. Yada yada yada.
But come over here.
What I'm saying is that societally, we have a viewpoint where we've said, as a whole, there's a consensus that there's a value that men shouldn't hit women. If a woman hits a man, it's typically viewed differently, right? Like, sure, it's illegal. Sure, it's still domestic violence, but there is something particularly egregious about men beating women, because we know biologically men on average are bigger and stronger than women. It'd be the same thing like beating a child. You know what I mean? Like, not to compare women and children, but that's the concept. And so to pervert that concept, like, we agree with, like, this is pretty much, sure, there's exceptions, you can always have your opinion, but largely that consensus is pretty much nationwide, almost worldwide. And to alleviate that or pervert it in the concept of sports, especially combat sport, to appease some sort of odd idea about social justice and transgenderism it's bizarre, and it really confounds the ideas. I guess is the point I'm trying to make. I'm rambling here.
I agree with you.
Yeah, the way that you explained it, that makes sense.
I agree with you, Lux.
What was the question? The original question we didn't start off talking about.
Well, hold on. I got a. I don't know why this form ain't working. This item is currently in the trash. Why is it fucking in the trash? Hold on. I think I can make a copy for you, Superior FN. All right. I think I got it. All right. Try this one really quick. I'll send you this form. Try that. I think it works now. I made a copy of it. Let's go back to this. The rich are too highly taxed.
What was the last question? What were we originally talking about?
Yeah.
The social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders. That was the original question.
Somehow we got onto fucking transgenders and UFC. It's probably my fault. My bad.
If you're on Discord, Superior FN, I can, ping me and I'll give you a response after you fill out the form.
So we on to the next question. Is that the question?
The rich are too highly taxed. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, strongly agree. No worries,
Agree.
Superior, anytime.
Agree, but they find loopholes to get out of it.
The rich are too highly taxed. We got one agree from Jet.
I disagree.
Got one disagree. I agree. Lux?
I tend to disagree.
All right. We are officially split. This is the first split. Where's Jake?
Jake?
Where's Jake when you need him? Superior. Our moderator is gone. If you're still around, oh, Jake is here. Jake is here.
Jake, weigh in for us, buddy.
Also, Superior, you don't need to. I think you have to fill in an email address on the form. If you don't want to fill in your email address, you don't have to. You just put in a bogus one. Jake, the rich are too highly taxed. What's your answer? We're officially split.
Did you message it to him?
He's responding. He says he's watching me. He's in my bedroom. Jake, you damn it. All right. We're gonna flip a coin cuz Jake is being a butthole. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm typing. Damn it!
Oh my god, come on! I'm gonna leave after this question. It's like, I think this might be my last one. Sorry, guys.
No, you got to finish it out.
You gotta finish it out. All right.
There's
Well, it's all right. I guess we got Jet to carry us through.
How many more questions are there?
A lot of questions. We'll get through this really quick.
83.
Dude,
I'm not. No,
it's only
I'm
11.
sorry.
What is this? He just pointed. There's 4 options, Jake. Jesus. All right.
Let's move through. Why don't we move through them quick?
All right.
Move through 5 quick.
The rich are too highly taxed.
Come back to it. Jake,
5,
we need.
There's checks. You need to give us a straight answer here. Checks. The rich are too highly taxed. Do you agree? Disagree? Strongly agree? Disagree? All right. Jesus fuck Christ. All right, we'll come back to it. Those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of Medicare.
Neutral.
Yeah.
No, bro. I forgot what I put here.
Agree, I guess.
I agree.
Agree.
I put disagree, I think.
Fuck. I don't know. I think I disagree.
Fuck, that's 2 of them. All right,
That's
checks.
2 of them.
If you're around, we're fucked up on two.
Taxes and medical care.
Will do. All right. Government should penalize businesses that mislead the public.
Agree.
Mislead the public. That's a really poorly
Yeah,
question.
that's an interesting question.
It's the problem with this one is like, what the fuck does it mean to mislead?
Just gotta give your first gut answer that comes to your head.
I'm gonna say what was the question again?
Government should
say it?
penalize businesses that mislead the public.
I disagree.
I think I disagree also.
All right, I'm going to go with disagree. All right. A genuine free market requires Wait, I don't think Jet said anything.
Yeah, he said agree.
Agree.
I think he said agree.
All right. So we got 3 disagrees and 1 agree. A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies.
Say that again.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability of predator multinationals to create monopolies.
Agree.
Agree.
I agree. Wait, genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability. I don't remember what I wrote there, but yeah, okay. What did you? All right. So my answer doesn't matter. I need a coin. I got this. Let's do a coin toss for the last 2. Coin toss. All right. So the first question is: the rich are too highly taxed. We're going to do a coin toss for that. Strongly disagree is going to be heads, and tails is going to be agree. All right. Here we go. Tails is going to be agree. Okay. Next one is those with the ability to pay should have access to higher standards of Medicare. Again, strongly disagree is going to be heads. Agree is going to be tails. Here we go. We got tails again. That thing is fucking bogus. All right. Next page. Quick. We got to be quick. Now a look at some of your personal social values. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. I disagree.
Can you repeat the question?
Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal.
I disagree.
Agree.
Okay, we got 3 disagrees and 1 agree. That's
I'm surprised, Duff.
I don't think that I can tell other people how to react. I think myself, I don't think I would have an abortion. I can't say that though, but
I think abortion should be encouraged. I think there should be advertisements. Just, you know what? Just abort it. Just get rid of it. No one's going along with me on this.
Get rid of it.
hopefully I'll be getting rid of people like you then. I mean, like, the fuck was that?
I think that it's so bizarre, the value we place on human life, man. Like, it's just so weird to me. Like, why are human beings so valuable? They're not. We're a fucking plague. Look at us. We're disgusting, horrible creatures. Why would you want to make more? I don't get it. I don't get it.
All right, we got to move through this because Duff is gonna be pissed at all of us. All authorities should be questioned.
Whoa! Don't blame this on me.
It's all your fault. All your fault. I don't want you to leave, but all your fucking fault.
we can revisit that topic on another podcast.
That's a good idea. We should.
That's a good idea.
I have very strong. I think we all have strong opinions.
Hey, I'm totally fine talking about it. It's if Duff, Duff, are you willing to pause? Are you willing to pause?
I mean, I feel like it's not. I feel like it's like it's not like a 5-minute pause. I think.
Yeah,
we
can't. We can't handle it in 5 minutes. That's
right.
That's a podcast topic. I think that's
that's a whole episode.
I think Jet's right. I think we should do an episode for it.
You want to do an episode?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's all right. Well, let's do an episode. We'll put it on the VAM show schedule. Full episode on abortion. And
no, not on abortion. On
human life.
Humans being a plague.
Humans.
Oh, we should do abortion. Wait till you.
I mean, obviously, if you believe humans are a plague, yeah, you're gonna be, let's kill everyone.
I've got even crazier shit when it comes to abortion.
Hey, Superior, if you're still there.
Duff can tell you about my views that I
was
don't
gonna say, I've
think
heard a lot of these. I don't know if I want to join this show.
All right.
I don't think women should be allowed to vote because of abortion.
Okay. All right. All authority should be questioned.
That sounds like a deep dive right there.
What's up, homies?
What?
Who's that?
Who's Testa?
A famous person. But what's up, bros?
Hey.
What's up, bro?
How you guys
What's
been?
up, man? Pretty good.
Hello.
What is
shit?
All right, this is what we're doing, bro. So you're going to be the moderator right now.
Most important question is, how do you feel about abortion?
No, read the last question that we had. Weren't we stumbled upon it?
We didn't stumble on it. I think people were
Oh, we
pretty.
didn't?
All right.
He flipped a coin.
All right.
Oh, we flipped a coin.
All
What's the next question?
All authority should be questioned.
Strongly agree.
Agree.
All what?
Strongly agree.
All authority should be questioned.
Agree.
Strongly agree.
Testa.
What?
All authority should be questioned. Strongly disagree, disagree, agree, or strongly agree.
Sure.
Thank you. All right, next one.
All right, there we go. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. I agree.
Eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. Oh, disagree.
I disagree.
So we have 2 disagrees and 2 agrees.
Two
Disagree.
and 2.
All right,
Disagree.
Testa. You disagree?
No, Jet. Disagree.
So it's 3 disagrees and 1 agree.
I agree.
Testa agrees.
Testa agrees.
All right. Well, so
Still 3-2 though.
It's still 3-2.
Who was the other agree?
me.
I think Jet changed his
He
his
changed
mind on that one.
his
No, I didn't change my mind. I said disagree from the onset.
Oh, okay. Taxpayers
Superior.
should not be
Really quick.
expected
Superior. Silver. I've been trying to respond to you, but silvers are. I'll give you a greater response in Discord, but silvers have a short actuation force. So I mean a short travel. So they're gonna be. I think they'll be great for gaming, but you'll be. It'll take some getting used to typing with them. They're just like the bronze, speed bronze. If you're willing to go through the learning pains of a switch, then I would say go for it. I like the speed switches. They're super fast. The travel time is nice, especially in gaming, and it's definitely noticeable in my opinion. All right, and also based on what you had mentioned in the forum, since you're primarily using gaming for it, just when you're typing, you're just going to have to get used to it. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis.
They should not be expected to prop up. Is that the phrase?
Yeah.
Disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with that one too. Strongly disagree.
Yes.
I think we lost someone.
Testa maybe.
Not
But he's back.
I disagree.
All right, I wasn't paying attention. What's the taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any? Okay, so how many disagrees do we have so far?
I think we're all disagree.
Yeah, disagree.
Yep. All right. Is it strong for everybody?
I'm strong.
All right. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. I agree.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree with that one.
2 disagrees. 1 agree.
Disagree.
All right.
Can you repeat the question again?
Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory. One, 2. Oh, wait. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Disagree.
All right.
Oh God.
All right. Wait. Everybody said disagree. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory.
No,
Okay.
so that was an agree, I think.
Yeah, that was me. All people have their rights, but it is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep to their own kind.
Strongly disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah, strongly disagree.
Jet, Testa said strongly disagree. Jet,
Disagree.
all right, we're going strongly. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children. I strongly agree. I'm just going to mark that right now. Fuck you guys.
I agree.
Disagree.
Strongly agree.
Testa disagrees? You got to smack them, man. Otherwise, they can't blend in with the ethnic kids at school.
Strongly agree.
Just hit him on the lip. It hurts more than slapping.
Damn,
Dang.
dude.
That's pretty
messed
good.
up.
I think there should be like a government like center, and you have
A
to take your
government
kid.
branded paddle.
You have to take your kid there like once every 3 years and beat the shit out of the kid. Like in a supervised manner, no broken bones, nothing like that. Just a good old fashioned ass whooping. Once every few years.
I feel like
So
if you
you
just
turn
do
18.
it when they do something
Whooping.
stupid, they'll just stop doing
So
stupid shit.
what kind of like hitting do you mean though? Like hard hitting or just like a slap on the face?
Whoa.
Spanking.
It's like a
Spanking.
spank.
Like
Yeah,
a
not
whoop-a.
like beating the shit out of them.
Now what if the
Like-
kid refuses and like runs away?
I mean, honestly,
And you beat them with it.
And they get another slap for running away.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you can spank your kids anymore nowadays.
No,
can
I
you?
don't think so.
I think it's
What?
illegal, right?
It's child abuse.
Yeah.
I was spanked as a kid.
I was spanked as
Me
a kid.
too.
That's some bullshit.
I got chased around my house with a belt.
Yeah, me too. Man.
Yeah, me too.
Look, and we all
I
can
don't think I
relate
was
now.
abused at all. Yeah, I would never say I was abused.
Yeah,
But-
me neither.
I was scared of my parents at times.
I was never scared of my parents besides my dad.
It's
You'll
You were-
never know what you're gonna beat the shit out of.
hell
Like,
yeah.
nice for a day, but like you don't know about Spanish parents. You don't know when they're being nice or being just sarcastic and about to fuck you up.
Dude. It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents. I agree.
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 Everybody. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense. I agree.
Agree.
Strongly agree.
I strongly agree. All right, we got. I heard just an agree. The prime function of schooling should be to equip the future generations to find jobs.
Disagree.
Disagree.
2 disagrees.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards disagree.
I disagree too. Everybody disagrees. It sounds like.
Yeah, I'm just doing my homework here. You know,
What homework are you doing?
Spanish.
Didn't you just say you have Spanish parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's still bad at Spanish.
Shut up.
Necesita practicar.
Dude, Superior came
Yeah.
up in here. I didn't even notice that. Hey, man. Welcome.
What's up?
People with serious inheritable disabilities should not be allowed to reproduce. Strongly agree.
Oh my god.
No,
Disagree.
I will disagree, but it's pretty
Go that
funny.
Spartan route, and you just leave them out to the elements.
I mean, honest, if people who have HIV shouldn't just kill them. No, okay, that sounds bad.
Just
What?
kill him?
Nothing, nothing.
Oh my
I was like,
god! All right,
Disagree.
I think that's a strongly disagree.
Jet.
If people who have disabilities shouldn't be able to reproduce. Is that what that says?
Inheritable disabilities. Like, I guess actually I didn't really think about that. Somebody
They can't
mentioned
inherit them, right? Inheritable? Is that what it
inheritable.
means?
So
It means you can inherit them.
You can, yeah. I mean,
Um,
I disagree, but I would recommend them probably not to in some instances. But I don't think the government should not stop them from doing what they want.
actually, I think I answered this originally as disagree, and I didn't really think of the case with HIV. Somebody mentioned HIV in here, and then I thought to myself, that kid is going to come out, and it wasn't really his choice to be.
Is HIV inheritable?
Yeah.
Are you
You
sure?
I thought that's like the
yes,
worst part.
yeah,
about it.
yeah, it is.
It is, really?
Yeah.
but I don't think it's
Yeah.
like I don't think you always. There's a
No.
chance that you
No,
might.
there's a chance.
Right?
HIV is not that bad anymore. They have,
Pretty sure it's most
they have
likely.
that.
Cash
What's that-
cures
that-
HIV.
But I'm pretty sure it's harder to treat if you're younger and have it.
What's that drug called that the gay people take now before they?
Yeah, what's it called about the gays? They take the drug.
Yeah, it's in the commercial all the time.
You got a nice keyboard there.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I have seen
It's-
that commercial.
it's
I don't know
actually-
the name of it though.
You know what I'm
It's
talking
actually
about,
just
right?
the PCB.
I know what you're talking
You
about.
get, you get the
Yeah.
Model O minus.
No, what? I have the.
You have the Model O minus.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
Just the Model
what?
O. Just the Model O.
Wait. Yeah.
But this
Same.
keyboard, man, this keyboard has no case. It's literally just PCB and some switches on top.
Is that good?
Oh, what the hell?
I keep it on It's actually my favorite keyboard because it just feels nice. It's got.
I don't know. It looks really cool though.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I have a $51
All right.
switch.
So what is everybody's stance on this? Because now I think I might change my answer.
Wait,
But
for which one?
I mean,
I still disagree.
I strongly disagree.
I think
Disagree.
I'll
Agree.
just disagree because I don't believe in government intervention. But yeah, I do think it's unfair. They probably shouldn't be breeding, but I don't think I should control people. I think I heard disagree all around. All right.
Yeah.
You did.
The most important thing for children to learn is to accept discipline.
Agree. I guess.
Whoop. Oh, damn.
What?
Why? What do you mean? Like when you like want to respect like older people?
That's
Yeah, but it's
not-
not the most. It's not the most important thing.
Yeah, I disagree.
I disagree.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, you don't want to.
I think it's good for them to.
when you're older though,
It's important, but it's not the most important.
because then you're gonna
Yeah.
feel that like discipline's normal, and you won't know it when you're older. Not all discipline's normal, like abuse. Or if that makes sense.
The discipline doesn't have to be abuse, though.
Yeah, I know, but like if you get used to that as like normal, and that's how you're treated, then you won't know how to. I don't know how to explain it, but that's true.
You can't adapt if you're not.
Yeah,
if-
yeah.
Yeah, you don't know how to think critically.
Right.
Yeah.
There are no savage and civilized peoples. There are only different cultures.
That's clearly false.
I agree with that.
Of course you would. The fucking Irish.
Yo, what's wrong with that?
Perfect example of
What,
savages.
what was that, Superior?
Oh my god.
Fuck you.
What was that, Superior?
Drinking and fighting. That sums up the Irish culture right there.
I'm not old enough to drink though.
Tough.
Doesn't matter in Ireland.
You know,
Barbarians.
you know, Duff is Irish, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have. I forgot the count. Lux, you said you disagree.
No, I was fucking around. Obviously, I strongly agree with that.
Oh, okay. I agree. Jet, you said agree.
What is it? There's no savage people. There's just different cultures.
Yeah. And civilized peoples. They're just different cultures.
Well, there is no civilized people, but
Agree.
I think Superior.
Definitely not in Jersey.
Civilizing is subjective.
I think Tessa and Superior also said. I think Tessa said he.
Agree. Wait, for which one? I gotta.
I think everyone agrees.
I disagree. All right. Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support, and I agree.
Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity.
agree.
Agree.
Should not accept society's support. Yeah, agree.
Disagree.
One disagree.
Disagree.
And
I'm just kidding. I agree.
No
I
comment.
agree.
I was surprised, Jen. I was like, wow.
When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things.
Disagree.
Like drugs.
I disagree.
Disagree. It's dumb.
I disagree.
Lux?
Yeah, I suppose I disagree.
Troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with mission. I'm gonna say disagree.
All right. First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within their new country.
Disagree.
Disagree.
All right, that's pretty strong.
I'm
I disagree as
fully integrated over here.
I think Tesla disagrees by default. What's good for the most successful corporations is always ultimately good for all of us.
Disagree.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree. Yeah.
All right, we got.
I'll do it strongly as well.
Strongly.
Damn.
I hate the copycat syndrome.
No broadcast institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding.
Strongly agree.
Oh, okay.
Can you repeat that?
No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding.
Agreed.
Strongly agreed.
So we got three agrees.
I don't know. Disagree. None of you guys watch PBS? I mean, come on. Damn.
I think I said disagree originally, but then like rereading it, I'm thinking public funding. I think PBS is the most. Yeah. Okay. So, are we split? We got 2 disagrees. Duff said she agrees, and Lux said he agrees. Tessa or Superior, if you guys can chime in.
I said disagree already.
All right, we're gonna disagree on this bullshit. Next page. And how you see the wider society. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism.
That's like such an old school question, but yeah. Agree.
Agree.
Yeah. Agree.
Yes, this is so many. I'm just going to keep going because we got a long way to go. A significant advantage of one party state is that it avoids all of the arguments. Well, I mean, the majority already spoke.
No, that there's a long way to go. I thought we were almost done.
There's 2 more pages.
I stopped looking at this thing. So.
A significant advantage of if you need to go, I think we got people to carry us through this, but it's up to you. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system. I mean,
Disagree.
disagree. Lux, what did you say?
What up?
Strongly disagree.
A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments to like. Disagree.
Disagree. I agree. I mean, it's an advantage. But okay, we need. All right. I think people strongly disagree.
Everyone disagreed, though.
Yeah, except for me.
You were the only one.
Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers need to be worried. I disagree strongly.
I disagree.
Yeah,
Disagree because the definition of wrongdoers changes every day.
Yep.
That's a good point. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes.
Agree.
I agree.
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 Damn, a lot of people.
Goes
in
back
here.
to eye for an eye.
In civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded.
In a civilized society.
In a civilized society?
One must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded. Disagree.
I disagree.
I agree.
Agree.
Damn, or we're split. Because I disagree. Actually, no. I think we have a.
No, because we have 5. Right?
Yeah, it's 3-2, I think.
Whatever you feel.
Unless Superior on mute still.
No, but I don't know what to say.
Just read it and answer.
Yeah, I read it.
All right.
Then do eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
We'll go disagree just because.
Bam.
All right, that was it. Just how you vote.
Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all.
Disagree.
Disagree.
Yeah, disagree.
Disagree.
Damn. All right. In criminal justice, I will disagree. Although I think it's bullshit when I go to the modern museum, like a modern art museum, and I see like a painting of a color, like the color red. I'm like, this is bullshit. I didn't pay like $20 to get in here for this.
Or like a toilet on display.
Yeah, I mean the toilet's better than the canvas colored red.
That's Home Depot stuff, not art.
In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation.
Disagree.
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 Criminal justice should be more important than rehabilitation. I forgot what I put here. Okay, so everybody said disagree. It is a waste of time to try. Okay, thank you. It is a waste of time to try to rehabilitate some criminals. I agree.
Agree.
Some agree.
Yeah, some.
Yeah, some. I still think you have to try until like you get to a point.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna disagree on that.
Oh, you're gonna disagree? So
I think everyone else said agree though.
You're a good person. I don't care what anybody says about you. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist. I disagree.
They're the same. Yeah. Disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree.
Disagrees all around. All right. Mothers may have careers, but their first duty is to be homemakers.
Strongly agree. Fucking kitchen.
Oh my god.
Disagree.
I disagree.
I disagree.
Agree. No, disagree.
I disagree.
I mean, I don't mind it, but it's not mandatory.
All right. Multinational companies are unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries. I agree.
Multinational.
We have a subscriber. Thank you very much, Mr. Testament FM. So that was you? Oh,
yeah.
Thank you. God damn it.
Strongly disagree.
Companies
made me sound like an idiot.
I agree with this one.
It's easy to do though.
I can't even like read it without understanding for a second. Multinational companies are
unethically exploiting the plant genetic resources of developing countries.
Disagree.
I'm gonna go time out real quick because I just can't understand that for some reason.
All right.
I agree.
We got 3 agrees, and one disagree. The superior.
I think I said agree. I don't know.
Bam.
I forgot.
Making peace with.
I'm also doing homework.
Yeah, that's all good. Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity.
Making peace with the establishment is
Disagree.
an important aspect of maturity.
Disagree.
Yeah, I tend to disagree, but established. But I lean towards disagree.
Yeah, same.
Thanks, Steph.
For what?
We're almost to the finish line. If you got through that okay, you'll find these propositions on religion a breeze. Astrology accurately explains many things.
Disagree.
Disagree. I disagree. You cannot be moral without being religious.
Disagree.
I strongly disagree. Okay. Charity is better than social security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged.
Agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Agree.
I just want to hear what Lux says.
I kind of disagree with that.
All right, that's fair. Some people are naturally unlucky.
Agree.
I mean, I disagree, but...
Yeah, I disagree.
Oh, shit. Okay, we are at an impasse, so Tesla or Superior has to come in. Oh, fuck. I didn't expect this to happen. It is important that my child's school instills religious values.
Disagree.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree.
All right, we're going to strongly. All right. Finally, a look on sex. This is the last page, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, I'm going to tell my homework real quick.
Sex outside marriage is usually immoral.
Strongly
disagree. Usually?
I disagree.
Agree.
You agree with that?
Yep.
Wow.
Disagree.
So we got a lot of disagrees. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship. I first when I read that, I imagine I just pictured a stable with like horses and shit. With a same-sex couple. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. I agree.
Agree.
Bam. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. I strongly agree. Strongly
agree.
Agree.
What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state, and I strongly agree.
Strongly agree.
Strongly agree.
Damn, thanks guys. You guys are pounding this out. No one can feel naturally homosexual.
Strongly disagree.
What?
I disagree.
Disagree.
These days, openness about sex has gone too far. I strongly disagree.
Disagree.
I disagree.
Jet?
I don't go around telling people
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about it.
I want to hear your opinion, but it sounds like there's a disagree here. Strongly disagree here.
Disagree.
All right, let's see where you stand. This show. All right, so the benefit of this is that like the Matrix shows that it's not just left or right, that there is more to it, right? So the x-axis is an economic scale, like whether you're left or right on that, and then the y-axis is a social scale, authoritarian or libertarian. And I appreciate this matrix just for making this, so that it's not just black and white. You have these two. At least it's a little bit more comprehensive. And for reference, Stalin
What
was.
did we get?
Well, we're setting this up. Everybody needs to. I think a background is important. Stalin is in this quadrant. Gandhi's in this quadrant, and Friedman's on this quadrant. Hitler is kind of towards the middle, but all the way on the authoritarian side. So he's kind of in the middle between left and right. All right, so we ended up. Whoa, ended up on the left. Libertarian, more libertarian. On the left, on the social scale, on the economic scale, we actually ended up more on the left. That's nuts. That's fucking nuts. I blame Duff.
Can somebody send me a screenshot? I can't see it. I want to see it.
All right.
We're basically right on the center, though.
Yeah. Here. The results.
Are you disappointed that we're a little?
Well, I'll show you mine. Mine is mine was. So this is why my girlfriend thinks that I have something in common with Hitler. So I'm right here, which is more right on the economic scale, but more libertarian on the social scale. But I'm pretty much in this like middle ground area. I'm just a little bit more right. So her argument is that on the other side, I share the same x-axis as Hitler. So Hitler's right here. If we look back up on this graph here, see, Hitler is right there, and so am I.
You're just on the other side. You're more libertarian than.
Yeah, less authoritarian. Well, that took the entire show. I think we're gonna end it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was good.
Hey, thanks everybody for participating. And I know it took a while, but and I know Duff lost her patience, and I 100% blame her for putting us on the left. But that's okay.
This is what happens when you let women get involved in politics.
Damn, dude.
It's either about being a woman or about being Irish. I can never win.
All right. Hey, thanks Superior. Thanks Tester for stopping by. Thanks Jake for being the middleman, and for checking in. Peace out, guys. Have a good night. I'm ending it now.